A lot of companies I speak to that are just getting started with their first app want to build an in-house team. They don't want to go with an agency, they don't want to go with contractors. They want people who are in it for the long haul. And this is common, it's normal, it's totally appropriate for a lot of companies, and not without risk. Let's talk through some of the things to consider when deciding how to hire. One, commitment levels. Of all groups, full-timers make the biggest commitment to your company. They often have equity, which acts as an incentive to stay longer. There's also a greater sense that you're all in it together, especially if everyone is making a financial sacrifice for the sake of the company's success. So full-time wins here. Contractors are less likely to be loyal, less likely to take equity. An agency's interests are typically scattered across projects beyond your own. The flip side of all this is that because full-time is a bigger commitment, it can be harder to persuade really top talent to join you early on. These people have offers coming in all the time, and it's hard to stand out. A lower commitment level, like contract work, is sometimes easier for these people to agree to. Factor 2, cost over time. On the surface, full-timers cost less than contractors, cost less than agencies. That's probably broadly the case. But don't overestimate how many of your team members are actually needed on a full-time basis. I break a lot of this down in Keeping Costs Down Part 2, which talks about controlling your labor expenses. But the gist of all that is that you mostly need design at the beginning, QA towards the end of the initial build, and project managers kind of come in and out. Some of those roles can be good contractor hires early on, and an agency should naturally be able to move people around to the places that they're needed. One of the problems with full-time hires is that when work slows down or you need to tighten your belt because you're waiting for that next funding round, your costs there are fixed, unlike an agency where it's more like a tap that can be turned on and off as needed. And in crunch times, when you need all hands on deck and you're rushing towards those deadlines, an agency is more likely to have the people that you need to help you move faster. Okay, number 3, timing. Hiring good employees takes time, and if you have a window of opportunity for what you're building, the longer it takes to find those full-time hires, the narrower that window becomes. And this puts you under pressure to hire fast rather than well, which can mean the people making the earliest, most consequential product and technical decisions might not have sufficient experience to do that. And that's dangerous because those decisions really matter. You may also get cornered into hiring someone who's just not a great fit culturally, and that can suck for everyone. One solution I'm an advocate for here is finding an agency that can help you hire your full-time team. Not only by giving you the breathing room to do it, but hopefully they're able to conduct technical interviews, train new hires, and ease that whole transition to your in-house team. This gives you those tap-turning abilities, and if there's strong talent at the agency, it gives you that talent in the room to make those early decisions well, and the space to make those right hires. Okay, hopefully that's given you some ideas about what's right for your company, and thank you for watching. Hi, my name's Rich. I've been programming since the late 90s and building apps since 2009. I've led app development at successful startups, a couple of teams at Google, and in 2019 I left Google to start my own firm here in Half Moon Bay, California. I still love this work. If you are building something new or struggling with an app you already built, I would love to chat about it. Please reach out, and I hope you find these videos useful.